So, what is the best survival gun was the topic of the latest videos I've been doing. Guys, welcome to a Modern Survivalist channel, and continue with this topic of bug out bags, get home bags, survival in general. What's the best survival gun that you recommend? Well, let's talk a little bit about that. As you saw in one of my previous videos, the answer to that question for me is just get a Glock pistol. The Glock pistol will do most things that you realistically need in terms of self-defense, home defense, if you're concealed carrying. I mean, it works on a number of levels, especially in terms of realistic needs when it comes to survival, preparedness, and self-defense. Now, there's gonna be the argument, well, I would rather have a rifle. A rifle is more powerful. I am more accurate. I'm not a good shot with a pistol. I suck with my pistol. I can't hit the broadside of a barn. I'd rather have a rifle. Well, I won't argue against that. Yes, of course, any idiot can grab that M4 right there with a red dot and hit a chest-sized target at 100 yards away or more. It's not that complicated. It can be done quite easily, certainly a lot easier than a handgun. Now, if we go by what's most likely to be the scenarios in which you will need to defend yourself, the handgun, may that be a Glock, like I said before, or a revolver, those are very likely to be enough for the job. You will be able to defend yourself. Most people that use these tools to defend themselves have done so successfully. Yes, you could use a double-barrel shotgun, you could use an AR, but in general, with a handgun, you're kind of good. Now, if you ask me, or if you ask anyone that understands a little bit of these things, of course that a carbine like an M4 is going to be superior. It's going to be more power per round. It's going to have a lot more firepower given the size of the magazine. It is going to be easier to shoot accurately, fast at a number of targets. Yes, in the hands of someone that knows how to use it, this is definitely a more formidable weapon. No question about that whatsoever. So if you want to go with that, yeah. Now, it does have certain disadvantages. The advantage of the handgun is that it's compact, lightweight, quite concealable. And that may well be the scenario in which you are. It's not just about defending yourself at home, which this will do better than any handgun. It's also about, what if I have to move? What if I have to bug out? What if I have to leave? What if I have to defend myself when out on the street and I don't want everyone to see that I have a gun? Well, that's going to be where this kind of just doesn't work anymore for you. You will have to see a lot happen before it's considered normal to go to the store and buy some bread or milk with an AR on your shoulder just hanging there. It's usually not the case. You will usually attract a lot more attention, and that may be something you're not looking to do. So that would be the disadvantage. So you have a lot more firepower. It's a lot easier to shoot accurately. You can use it maybe for even hunting, which is perfectly capable of, up to a size, even though it is true that, I mean, pretty much everything has been killed with 5.56 at one time or another. It can do it, especially with the ease of putting another shot right there by pulling the trigger again. Yes, you can bring down a freaking bear. I mean, ask the Inuit people use 5.56 for polar bear. And yes, it's not maybe the most humane round for hunting, but it can be done. So you could use it for hunting, and it's going to be a lot better for hunting than trying to hunt with your Glock 9mm, which for most people will simply be impossible. Most people simply don't have the skill with a handgun to place those shots. It's going to be a very small minority of people that can hunt with iron sights from a 9mm. Can it be done? Sure can. It is a thing. It can be done. Not perfect, but it can be done. This is far superior, far easier for that sort of thing. So if you're looking for a superior weapon, yes. But if you want to be realistic as of the needs of maybe defending yourself when out and about, that's where this just doesn't do it. Even though it can be broken into the upper and lower and made a lot more compact in a decent sized backpack, the M4, which you see here, this is a Colt M4 with a shorter 14-inch barrel. You break it apart and you can put it in a bigger backpack. Someone looks into the backpack, yeah, it's going to be a lot easier to conceal if I have, say, a Glock in the bottom of my backpack under the boots and some dirty clothes and whatnot. Someone that's quickly searching, if they even bother searching, is more likely to not be detected. You're kind of pulling a very dangerous game there, but it is true that it's a lot more lightweight, a lot more concealable. This, not so much. but it does fit that role of, yeah, this superior firepower, the gun that is used by military all over the world for good reasons. And you cannot argue against that. Now, I will only say this, that if I have one to choose, I will probably go with the Glock. If I can pick two guns, it will be the Glock and some kind of, yes, a short carbine or a barrel length like this one. Something, well, like what you see there. I have it for a reason, right? It's maybe not my favorite design. There's lots of things I don't like about the AR that I consider to be a design that needs a lot of improvement still. And you see that with the HK416 and so on. And maybe that's what I would get if I could get a gun like that. But for this sort of thing, yeah, it definitely does, especially given how popular it is. You know, the accessories and spare parts and magazines, that makes it very appealing as a potential survival gun. So yes, definitely the AR is a valid survival gun. Even though if you push me to make one or the other, I will go with a more concealable option, right? But no one is forcing you to do that. Fortunately, we still have that little bit of freedom still left. You can have more than one gun, and I definitely recommend you do that. And if you ask me for a definite question, Glock, AR, that's a great combo. I really don't feel you need a lot more than that, unless you have very specific needs of pest control, planking. I want to have my 22. No, I'd like a deer gun. Sure, you can have those things, but for the basics that you need to cover in terms of surround preparedness, those two guns will definitely do it. See you later, guys. Take care.